Your Majesty, you've just abdicated. The king is dead. Long live the king.
The other Aries have fallen, Lord Morda. The whole of Ankara is ours.
Where next, Lord?
South. There won't be enough sand in Odabai's deserts to soak up the blood we'll spill. Soon, all the 5 lands will be mine. And my destiny will be complete.
We're all haunted by the past. We're haunted by the things we've done, or the things we haven't done. Even the 5 lands are haunted. Cursed by a vengeful ghost very literally returned from the grave.
Mordath. I think it's time we talked.
You're the one. You freed her.
Yes.
I can't allow that to go unpunished.
Arwyn is haunted by memories of her family, of how they died, and what she might have done if she'd been there with them. Me? I'm haunted by things I'd rather not talk about. But we all have something, and we're hardly ever able to make it disappear. We never escape the past because it's always behind us, always following us. The trolls Mordath set on our trail aren't half so dogged.
Finished.
Who are you?
Here I'm called Nevin.
Nevin. What do you want of me?
I want nothing to do with you. I was never in agreement with your resurrection.
You know? You were there?
I was. I bore witness when you were marked with the sigil.
It was you who brought me back?
No, that was another's purview.
Then who? Why? Why was I given life again?
The deed was misguided. The reasons are not your concern. I will tell you a conflict is coming.
At least tell me why I was brought back in this form, rather than what I was. I'm barely a husk.
You're no different. In your first incarnation, you were evil clothed in flesh. You still are. The symbol you wear is meant to be a gift, the final link in a chain of possibility. But you've made it into a mark of malevolence.
Is this the sole reason you've come here? To taunt me with hints and mysteries?
I've come here simply to tell you Arwyn will bring about your destruction.
The Archer. She's a nuisance, nothing more. My trolls will find her and eliminate her. You have power, and obviously, if you want me destroyed, why not attempt it yourself?
That's not a path I choose to follow. I'm not a participant. I let others fill that role. And Arwyn is more than capable of shepherding your downfall, now that she has Aiden's bow.
What? How could that be?
I gave it to her, after I took it from Aiden.
From Aiden? From Aiden's tomb, perhaps. I've heard the legend. Aiden is to return in the 5 lands' time of need. It's a delusion. Aiden died centuries ago. He must have.
You died centuries ago. I leave you with a promise, Mordath. Aiden will return. Both for the 5 lands and for purposes of my own. I won't allow you to upset the plans I've put in place.
Won't allow? Who are you to threaten me? Who are you?
Is everything all right? I thought I heard you speaking with someone.
No, Luth. There was no one here.
Then, do you require anything?
Nothing you can give me.
This quest, I suppose, is haunted by the past, too.
It'll be getting dark soon.
We're trying to exorcise a demon who died centuries ago.
And I'm not looking forward to spending another night sleeping in a cave or under a bridge. Gareth, do you know if there's an inn somewhere up ahead?
The Five Lands are held in the grip of an evil from 300 years ago. And we're looking to the past to deliver us from it.
I'm not sure. I've never traveled this road. But I wouldn't turn my nose up at fresh sheets and a soft pillow. The only one who doesn't mind sleeping rough is him. Right, Krieg?
You're probably just worried about getting your new clothes dirty.
These? The owner will never miss them. Or the horses. What about you, Arwyn? Have some code against borrowing new breeches and a shirt?
You have an interesting definition of borrowing. I've been through a lot in these clothes. They're all I have left from before, with my husband and daughter. I know I said I needed to leave that part of my life behind, but it doesn't hurt to be reminded of what I lost. So pardon me if I wear the clothes until they're threadbare. What about you? Are you married?
No.
Were you? Ever?
I'm, you know, not the marrying kind. I'd never been much for staying in one place much. Hey, I wouldn't be Gareth the bowman if I'd been tied down, right?
The most renowned archer in the Five Lands, and I took a bow out of your hands back at Mordeth's castle. Are you ever going to let me live that down?
Doubt it.
Do you think the trolls are still following us?
This is how the story goes. Mordeth stood at the brink of conquering the Five Lands when an unknown warrior appeared.
Following us? No. They can't have any way of knowing where we are.
His name was Aiden, and he slew Mordeth. When Aiden plucked the killing arrow from Mordeth's corpse, he broke it into 5 fragments. These he scattered, one to each of the 5 lands.
But I doubt they've stopped searching. I don't think there's much of a future in failing Mordeth.
And vowed to return should the fragments ever be reunited. Then Aiden went away.
For what he did to my husband and daughter. Mordeth's the one without much of a future.
300 years later, his bow ended up in Arwyn's hands. And we set out to find the first of the fragments.
You've heard the tales of the fragment here in Midland. Do you believe it's actually part of some dragon's treasure hoard?
Oh, come on, Arwyn. I've seen a lot of things in the Five Lands. I've seen whole cities carved out of ice. I've seen desert sands that could actually speak. But a dragon? Never. It's probably just a big lizard the locals have built into a legend to spook travelers. Still, I guess it's at least a place to start, isn't it?
Now, what's got him excited?
Looks like we won't be sleeping under a bridge after all.
Oh, I'd kill for a bath.
Race you for a bath?
Race me? You mean to the inn? Isn't that a little childish?
Only if you lose. Ka! Still the fastest rider with one eye in the Five Lands.
At least the one with the fastest horse. You never told me. How did you lose that eye?
In a card game.
Krieg, you be a good boy and stay here, okay?
Looks like we're in the right place. You know, I think it's probably safe to leave the bow with the horses.
Considering what it can do, no thanks.
I've been in 100 of these places. Sometimes they get a little rough when you get a mix of locals and travelers. But maybe we can pick up some information about the fragment. Let me take the lead.
Lead away.
Boys, how's everybody doing tonight? Ale, barkeep. Hey, up there. Looks like we are in the right place. At least we know how it got its name. So, what's the story with that thing up there? didn't really come from a dragon, did it?
It's nothing. Just a decoration.
Ah, come on. There must be a story.
Maybe you don't want to drink here after all.
What? What'd I say?
Gareth?
Hey, what about my drink? You ever hear a friendly servant?
Gareth?
Huh?
We've attracted some interest.
You, One-Eye. Some things are better not spoken of aloud. That isn't the sort of question you want to be asking around here.
I was more curious than anything else.
Maybe it's a decoration. Maybe it's our way of warding off trouble. Either way, we don't talk about it with strangers. Maybe you and the lady want to be curious somewhere else.
We've had a long ride. I think we'll stay.
It was more than a suggestion, stranger, if you want to keep the one good eye you got.
No.
The journey's been longer and stranger than I ever expected. But something I've learned along the way.
I'll tell them what they want to know.
You find allies in the places you'd least expect.